how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. What a great day. Here we are at Palomar Mountain. This mountain's so much fun. And yep, we've got the 600LT right behind me. And if you saw in the corner of the frame already, we've got an even crazier car, that being a new 765LT. We're actually meeting up with the owner, Scott. How you doing, Scott?
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you,
man. And then his son, Bodie. And shoot, this car looks unreal. And that's an aftermarket hood, isn't it?
That's correct. It's a rift hood, and I love the contours, and that's why I swapped it out.
So what do you think of it so far, man?
I love the car. I have to track it though, like you, and it's amazing. I've done some rallies and the canyons, and it's incredibly fast.
It looks unreal. I mean, these cars are so rare as is. I think I heard that the whole model year got sold out like right away, didn't it?
That's correct.
They're hard to get.
Yeah, 765 of them, and I'm assuming 250 to 300 went to the US, and they're all sold out. So if you want one, you're gonna have to get the Spider.
Gotcha. And then this one right here, it looks pretty maxed out with options. You've got all the exterior carbon fiber everywhere, right? And then the louvers. This is aftermarket, right?
That's correct.
Wow.
That's aftermarket by Rift. And everything else is all stock. All the other carbon fiber, the hood, the roof scoop, everything's all
so that's an option, right?
Yeah, that's
so some cars won't have that, some will. Kind of like mine, right? But mind if we check it out down there?
That's right, yeah, go ahead.
So overall, then you can see how it travels straight into the engine bay in the back, 4 liters, twin turbo, and then how much horsepower again? 700 and...
It's like, well, they say 765, but brake horsepower, about 800.
Oh my God. These cars are underrated, aren't they?
Yeah, it's
they
crazy.
always say a certain number, and then...
I mean, if you have one, you have to take it in canyons, or you have to do track. You can't just do the freeway and side streets. You got to...
Basically,
yeah.
This car can do it all.
It can do it all.
9-second quarter miles.
Yeah.
And then it can do a 128 or 27 at Laguna, so it could be the fastest track car. I see why you got it,
yeah.
right? Is this your first McLaren?
First McLaren, and I went big. And I'm very grateful that McLaren at the factory took my spec and gave me a car.
So what all options did you get on this car? Because I know you can change out like the brakes, like Senna brakes. Is that right?
That is correct. I did an option for the Senna discs because they wear out, and that's mainly for tracking. If you're just going to track, I like to drive on the street a lot. And the other thing is the seats. I elected to go with leather instead of Alcantara. And then as far as the seats, I went with the lightweight seats, comfort seats. You could have done the P1 or you could have done the Senna.
That's right.
So
mind if we open it up?
Yeah, open it up.
Where's the door handle? Right here?
Yep.
I love all the carbon fiber. So that happens to me all the time. In the garage it happens to me too. And my ears just ring like crazy.
The key's right here.
The key's right there. What is it doing? But this is all MSO, right? Or just...
That's all carbon. Yeah, I think MSO, all carbon fiber.
That's one thing I noticed too, is that your doors, they fling up much quicker than mine. Mine have like a slow raise to it. But I love all the carbon fiber ever with the monocoque chassis. Yeah. Absolutely, you can see it on the pillars, right, from the inside. And then you've got your GoPro right there to film everything. That is just so sick. But I see what you're saying. These are the comfort seats, right?
That's right. And lightweight comfort seats.
How do they feel?
The salesman talked me into them, and I love the comfort seats. Yeah, and I'm a big guy, so the Senna seats aren't really practical to get in and out of the car. And that's why these seats are so easy to get in and out, and they're very comfortable, so I can drive hours.
Mind if I try them out?
Go ahead.
I've not been in a comfort seat 765. I've been in the Senna seat 765, and then oh yeah, you can just slide right into it. I love how the display falls in this car, man. Oh, it's doing it. It's lowering. It's lowering.
Yep.
This thing is so sick, and I can tell though that this is a nice choice because the leather just accents it so well. And then they're numbered, right? I wish my car was numbered. 547.
That's correct.
Of 765. So this is a rare, this is a special car right here, man, and it's unlike anything else. I see why you got it.
Oh, I have no regrets. This was an amazing car. Shoot. I'm not giving it up anytime soon.
Now you're gonna track it, right?
Yeah, definitely track it. Gonna track it.
Because we got to go to the track together sometime.
Definitely.
So you've got the partial carbon fiber. Can you do the full door sill like my car?
Yeah, you're correct. You can do the full door sill. I just did partial.
I gotcha. And then full PPF with it?
Yes, did all PPF.
You kind of have to, right, with this kind of car, because if you get a paint chip, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, even silica white, it shows up, and so you have to do PPF.
And then this is an option too, right? The full carbon fiber exposed rear wing.
That's correct. That's an option, but you have to do the option. You have to get that.
You know what though, man? We should get back on the road because this is a driving road, right? And then having the little brother 600LT to the actual craziest LT ever made, That's got to be a pretty cool duo driving around. Maybe, hopefully I can keep up. I probably can't because this car is so unreal.
You're a good driver, so I think you can.
Let's go have fun, man.
Okay, sounds good.
That car is so sick. Scott is such a cool guy. Make sure to follow him on Instagram, that being SB17 icon, I believe. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But I mean, I don't know, guys. Goals, should we end up getting a 765 LT next after the 600 LT, or just keep this car as like part of the collection or something? Let's go and get on the road and catch up to him, shall we? That car is so sick in front of us with the roof scoop as well. I mean, he's got a proper spec on that car. We'll have to ask him to give us a ride next because I've never been in one before, truly driving around. And from what I've heard about it, it's an amazing vehicle. It's like our car, the 600 LT, but then throw in way more horsepower, 800 horsepower basically. So it's honestly unreal thinking about it. The one good thing about this car is that you can shift one-handed. So if my left paddle shifter, I can downshift and upshift by pulling back the opposite direction. So it's a very, very fun thing that you can drive one-handed with this car and completely shift. And then the way it just hooks up and goes. The one thing with this car is that it's just so light. You feel the agility with this car at all times, which makes it so much fun to drive fast. It's honestly unreal. And then to imagine more horsepower with it blows my mind. You cannot get to the limit of these vehicles on the street. You honestly just can't. So it really does change the entire world when you go to the racetrack. Dude, Scott, man, following you, that thing looks so sick next to the 600 LT. I gotta ask you, mind if you give me a ride in that? Because I've never been in a 765 LT before, and it looks crazy.
The keys are yours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys check this out. It says 765 LT. That's so cool. Is that an option or is it standard?
No, standard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's up, bike driving by? I'm really excited about this. And is it going to be an active aero mode with the wing moving up and down?
Yeah, it's set up with active aero right now, so let's go for it.
Alrighty then, man. I'm really excited about this. How do I turn down the AC a little bit so they can hear me?
Yeah, let me turn it down.
It's hot, guys, so don't worry.
Okay.
I love how all the McLarens have that like helmet.
Yeah.
So that it's like a race car.
It's awesome. I love it.
Oh gosh.
We'll get that. Go back to it.
The steering wheel feels nice with the leather finish on it.
Yeah.
It feels very nice. Closing the door. Doors are definitely heavier too, but the weight of this car is basically the same as mine almost. It's sub 3,000 pounds. So these are like the lightest track cars you could possibly buy. Yeah. And with that being said, you've got the best power to weight ratio. What car has 800 horsepower basically and weighs this much?
Yeah. That's why I kind of got the car. I don't think anything matches it.
There's honestly nothing like it. And then you said to move the seat forward again, so you push forward on
just electronics.
Anyways though, so if I want to put it in like sport mode with TC still on, but then have it in manual shifting, it's the same layout, right? Active. Yeah. So right now it's your normal, so let's go into sport and then manual.
Yep.
How do you usually drive with this car?
I do both. I do,
gotcha,
when I want to have fun, I do manual, otherwise I just have an automatic.
Alrighty guys, let's do it. So first drive in the McLaren 765 LT. I'm gonna turn left and go, I think, back up and then back down.
Sounds good.
Let's do that.
And then you just gotta put in drive and take off the emergency brake.
You can just pull a paddle shifter.
Huh? Oh, is that all you do? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I just taught you something. Yeah. So when you go turn on?
Didn't know that.
Yep,
oh, that's great.
Alrighty, sir, let's do this. So yeah, let's go this way. Mind if I roll the window down a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Does this car give you the pops and bangs on the upshifts like the, what do you call it, the 600 LT?
Yeah, it totally does. That's the excitement.
That's good. Oh, so it does give you the kick. So my car does that same thing. It kicks you in the back on each shift. The seats, you do notice how comfortable they do feel. I gotta say. Yeah. But you do rotate a bit in the seats, rolling outwards.
You do move. I can notice right now. You do move.
Sounds so good with that roof scoop. You hear everything, man. Is that the roof scoop right there? The
whoosh. Yeah. Here's some bottoms.
feels amazing, man. That's like no throttle and just picks up and goes well.
Yeah.
And you don't notice the turbo lag that much at all.
You really don't, especially outside of the turn when you need it. Just punching it.
It's really tidy with that hydraulic suspension. It's one of the best selling points for this vehicle.
It handles without the Trofeo-Rs.
It's still really good. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm falling in love with this car, man. It's definitely, the steering is definitely lighter in this car than mine. And it starts vibrating when you get high in the RPMs, just like the 600LT. I love that bang. So that's the cylinder cut that they infuse in the actual V8s. It's honestly, it almost feels like when you're accelerating fast like that, the car doesn't feel like it's going that fast, but you look down at the speed and the corners and the straightaways, and it's just hauling, and I think that's because it's just so light, you know? I hear the tires squeal just now?
Yeah.
Be slow right here.
I think you'd love this car on the track.
Man, it is amazing. I'm gonna lower the mirror. Oh, so that's really interesting. So when you lower the mirror, you see the entire pillar, the beam for the, what do you call it, the roof scoop. Yeah. I think it's worth it, man. Yeah. Even though it's $30,000.
You gotta get it. You gotta get the scoop. Yeah.
And that's in sport mode. When you go on track and you put in dynamic mode, it's just, the thing will come alive. It'll allow you to get a good rotation on each corner. Yeah. So I think this is a car, like, it is begging to go faster, but you don't want to do that on the street because it's not safe, you know? But with that in mind though, it's not a car that you're going to jump inside and crash. It's very controllable, and the chassis feedback is honestly unreal.
It's so much more fun riding with the windows down. I've never had the windows down.
Really?
Oh, it's way better. You get the full experience with the windows down. You can hear everything.
I love going high in the RPM like that. Because
try the other
I'll try it. So how do I do it?
The other screen.
This button right here? Oh, that's so cool.
You're just focusing on the three things.
I saw you trying to grip something right there.
Already. I'm getting ready for the turn.
The one thing with McLaren's is that there's no initial bite with the brake pedal, you know? So it's like, you notice that? When you get on the brake, it's like there's nothing really there, and then it starts grabbing, right? It's an interesting way, but when you go on track, you start appreciating why it's like that, because it allows you to do very finely tuned inputs. Because in some cars where the brake pedal is too responsive, like I was driving the Acura NSX recently, the new one, and you barely tap it, and the whole car reacts, it moves forward, and sometimes that weight balance, that weight transfer can upset the balance of the car. So that's why I think that's tuned this way. And if you go into an actual race car, it's the same feedback with the brake pedal. I'm not sure if you knew that.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
So it's the perfect brake pedal feeling. But I love the way this car feels. It's such an amazing car. It's a very progressive feeling vehicle.
So you're noticing the differences from your car, right?
So handling corners, same. Power delivery, this has got much more power.
More horsepower.
But the thing about it, where you notice a big difference, is that I feel like it is cutting power quite a lot, accelerating. But it's because I think when you have this car, did you buy it new with these tires, the P0s? Okay, so in the settings, the software, you can select what tires you have. So when you put on R compounds, you can change that, and it changes the entire calibration within the vehicle. So it'll let you get on power better, getting out of corners, and accelerate harder. You can feel how the brake steer really rotates you in a corner. RPM, you've got 2,000 more to go and it's that loud.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
See how the Senna seats would come handy right now.
I know, right? See, that's the interesting thing. So getting a lot on power right there, that's like I gave it half throttle and it was holding back, but it's doing that for good reason. It's because of the tires and the road condition. It does not want to give you too much. So I think with that in mind, when you go out on track with it, it's not going to bite you. It's a very progressive car, man. It is very, very progressive. With like the Ferraris, driving the Pista, you got to move your hand upshift, you know?
Yeah.
With this car, you don't have to. Oh, that was the acceleration I was waiting for. See, it let us do it that time.
Yeah.
It let us accelerate that time. Dude, this is special. I want to get one. I got to try to look online and see if there's any for sale. But when I do get mine though, if I do get one, I would want to put like full racing bucket seats in it, or like a roll bar.
Yeah, you have to do the Senna seats. Seeing it now, you have to.
Dude, Scott, this car is freaking unreal, man. I cannot stop smiling. The way it's putting down the power, even though it doesn't even have sticky R compound tires on it, and it's got 800 horsepower. It's got so much grip, and you can feel that hydraulic suspension working, which makes what the Super Series is so special. It's honestly an unreal car, dude. I really appreciate the chance to drive it again, because now I can really, compare what the 600 LT is like to its big brother, the 765, and the handling. I don't know how they nailed the handling with these vehicles. It's not to the extent of where the handling it's too safe but fast. This is like if you get a racing driver in this car, and they drive it properly, they can get it to kick out, rotate, or even hold a perfect line. And midway through all the corners, you can actually tighten up your line so easily just by letting off the throttle a tiny bit. The chassis, the tuning with it, I mean, it feels like a proper track car, which is why I'm begging you to take it to the track sometime.
I know, I have to take it to the track. And all those 765 owners out there, I mean, they got to take it to the limit like you did today, and like I do it earlier today. They have to take this car and appreciate it for all it's worth.
You feel all the vibrations, you hear all the noises. It makes the pops and crackles on those shifts.
Having the windows down helps too, definitely.
Yeah, that what do you call it, roost scoop. I am sold on the roost scoop, guys. Next McLaren we get, if we get a 765 LT, we gotta get a roost scoop. So anyways, let me know, guys, what do you think of the 765 LT? And also, if you want to see more with this car, make sure to follow the owner, Scott, on Instagram, that being SP117 Icon.
That's right.
And he documents all his journeys and just rally adventures with it, so that's really cool to see. But yeah, dude, next stop, Laguna or some other track down here. Sound good? Alrighty, see ya.
Okay, have a good one.